Hello and welcome to Boals Maker Group. So what we're going to be doing is the inventory, and sorry for the camera footage, it's on the laptop, the Duender project. So we have some CR10s and we have some Ender 3s, and we're going to go through our material list, our product list, and make sure that we have the right inventory. You guys need to know what the measurements are. So we're going to use our trustworthy Harbor Freight metric ruler. I'm not going to use the first 10 centimeters, mainly because I understand that rulers aren't exactly perfect. So I'll probably start at, say, 50 as my base point and start taking measurements. So first things first is we have one control box. Not really critical for what I'm doing, but just to look off the part, it is a CR10 V3. So we now know that the big pieces are from a CR10 V3 because that's what I'm measuring. So CR10 V3, and that's great and everything. So the first part we're going to measure is, or attempt to measure, is the crossbar. So it's the gantry. So looking at the gantry, looking at how it's put together, this one's got some fun stuff to it. 20. About 410. It's not perfect because there's still stuff on here, but I'm just looking at it, doing my best to measure. Starting here at 30 and 30. I'm actually going to say 445. So 30 minus 440 is about 415. So that's a 20 by 20 extrusion by 415 millimeter, and that is the gantry. Okay, so it's got one of those. Here we have a second one of those. Check the measurements just to make sure. 2 gantries. Got hot and everything. Okay, we'll line this up at the 20 mark. Flip this over. Oh, interesting. This looks like 30. It's a little hard to read on this one. Try the other side. Maybe that's a little easier. I don't know, it's a little easier. Okay. I'll check it at 410. So I'm going to go ahead and say 415 just for now, and we'll come back to it. Because we got the lovely tape here. This belt is trash. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Times 2. All right. So this is the bed where it rolls on. Again, we got some rail issues. It's got a nice flat side in the back though, so we can make sure we get that measurement good. Again, I'm going to start at 20. And this goes to 540. So that is 520. That's not good. That is a 20 by 40. 5, 20 mm. That is the bed or the y-axis. Now let's see if we got a second one of those, which I'm pretty sure we do. Because we have some parts here. Well, this is obviously from the Ender 3. We'll get to that. I think this is from the Ender 3 too. This is the Ender 3 upright. Put that over there. Okay, we have a CR10 upright. How do I know it's an upright? Because it's literally an upright. It's got the motor attached. Make it a little easier. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Okay, we're here at 20 again. And this is going to 580. So let's see. Subtract 20 off 580. We got a 560. 560 for an upright. Yeah, that's 2040. That's an upright. Okay. Next one up, there's a more piece for Ender 3. We'll get back to that. We're going to line this up on 20 again. And we have, and it came out 580. So 20 off 580 is 560. So that's times 2. Okay. Cool. We got parts. So we'll start to recognize what we have going on here. All right. Now this is obviously the Ender 3 part. So we'll put that aside. Okay, this is one more of the CR10 motors. It's actually disassembled. That's another CR10 motor. So we got 4 of them. So we could do a quad if we choose. Or spares. It's kind of nice. All right, this is obviously a base piece. So I'm going to go look at that. Start that at 20. Get that alignment. All right, let's look right at 500. So 20 minus 500 is 480 for base. We have little feet. All right. The little foot guy. And a little foot guy. So we got pieces. All right. Line this up on 20 again. This comes up to 500 again. So it's another 480. All right. More. Another piece. Another footed piece. I should probably take the feet off. So 480. All right. Here's the last electrical piece. This one's got the control part. It's a little connector here, so we can have the extension. I want to keep that and reuse it because that's going to make my life easier. Okay, so that's 4 of those. We got 4 feet. 4 feet at 480. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. This is the top piece of an Ender 3. So we're going to put that aside for a moment. Because we're doing a CR10. Okay. Looking at this, you can see the cutout. So this is the base. As you can see, the base is here. rolls on there. Let's see our 10. Obviously the 300 millimeter plate. So I'm going to double check the measurement just to make sure. Well, I'm pretty sure I know I got the measurement right. So it's on 20. And that's 540. Okay. So 540. Ooh, that's interesting. Good measurement again, because I had measured that as 520. So 20. Ah, it is 520. So you got two of those. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure these are two more uprights because of the holes right here for the motor mount and the brackets. Okay, let me put this at 20. I'm doing this because the first line could have been dinged, could have been something else, so that's why I'm using the 20 mark for my measurements. Okay, 560 out 520. So 580, but so it's a 560 piece. So we got one more. The next piece is identical. You can see the holes here and the holes here. This is obviously for the Z-mounts. And you can all, I'm measuring it. It is 580 minus 20, so it's another 560 piece. Yeah. So 4, 4, 2, and 2. That looks about right. You got 2, you got 1, you got 1. Cool. Now, I got a bunch of these 20s. I'm assuming that these are the cross beams. Because they got all kinds of weird little pieces here. Yeah, remember the CR1020, see what they are. That there's 4 of these pieces. Tends to lean towards my thought process that they are 400 across. So let's check the measurement again on the 20. All 400, just about perfectly 400. And since I don't really need to remeasure these because they're all the same size, these all have little caps on them, so these 3 are the same. Yep, I'm just double check this guy because this guy is, I seen it doesn't have those little plastic end caps. 420, 400. Okay, so I got 4 20 by 20s, 5, 4. Okay. We have some more pieces. That'll be the end of 3 Pro. We'll do that next. Just keep them separate. Oh, I had one more piece. Okay, so I have an extra corner piece. Yeah, it's an extra one. It's actually 5. I don't know why I have 5, but I do. Okay, so we have 5 of the 2020 by 400s. 5 of those. We have some brand new stock I bought. And these are 2040s. And this is just because I bought new stock. And we're going to put this at 20. And it is 620, so 600. So I have 2020 by 40, 2040s by 600. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those. so I can make a bigger box if I need to. I figured I'd buy them and make my life easier, so I did. Okay, so we've got one. Let's line this up. 2. So this goes here. Out. See, they go right here. Here's the uprights. So 2 of these here. Put that on there. Yep. Put that one in there. Put this in. It's not bent. Cool. We got a couple pieces here. So this is that other piece. We can see the 2 holes here, and then the holes here. That is upright. Okay, so we got those pieces. Now we have the 2 cross beams, and then we have the 2 cross beams. Cool. That solves that. Then we have the gantry. So let me look at this gantry again. And look at it. Looks like it's 410. It might be a little off, but it looks like 410. So I'm going to mark 410 instead of 415. Someone can. I'll mark that as ish, so someone can correct me once they take, or I can double check the measurement once I take the parts off. Not taking the parts off right this second because, I don't want to. Okay. So that is complete set. This is the MQL3. Cool. CR2. All right. So we got the extra spaces there and everything else. I will be uploading this to the Duender page so anyone can see it. I appreciate that. All right, now let's do some measurements of the Ender 3 Pro. Okay. So this is the top gantry or the crossbar or the handlebar, whatever you want to call it. So put that at 20. It goes to 350, so it is 330. That's a 2020 by 330. And we have one. Now, don't forget this lovely piece here, the top piece. So I'm going to double check that measurement because we can. Check the measurement here because it's a little wonky. All right, 20 starts right there. 400. Okay, so that's dead on 400. Okay. Good to go. So it's a 2020 by 400, and that's the top. So it tells me that that other piece has got to be the gantry. This is the main support for the upright. I can check that easily enough because this is where the holes are for the power supply. And you can see that they're the same height. 2, so that's the 2 uprights. And the upright is 20 to 420, so they're 400. Put them in the upright. Okay. And again, I'm just double checking. Some flat, and they're flat against each other, same height. And we already did this piece, so that's good. Okay, now we got our cross beam here. Do we have another one? Okay, we got 340 by 40s. This is the motor where it's connected. You can see that little piece where they cut it out to lay it in. There, see that. You can also see that connector. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is for, yep, something like that. This little wicked piece we're going to do. So these two legs, these are two base pieces, are 40-40. Start it here. 40-40. What's that? What are you in the fridge for? No. You're done. So take 20 off 310, and you have the amount, 20 off 310. Hey!
Yeah?
No! Eat the older pizza. Put my pizza back. Yeah, it is. Did you earn money for it?
Did you come pick it up?
Did you earn money for it?
No.
Okay then. It's my pizza. Put it back.
Mom, get the order.
Grayson! Grayson! Go put them back. You're not eating the entire pizza.
I will.
Yes, you are. You got 2 hands full of pizza. Put them back. God. You had leftover pizza. You didn't touch that one. And you probably left the box empty, didn't you?
No.
Uh-huh.
Still have pizza.
Grayson, the box up top.
Yeah, it's all pizza.
Yeah, right. Don't believe you. My son doesn't listen and likes to take things. Uh-huh. You're eating at the table. And the 2 of them are exactly the same. All right, so they're 290 millimeters. And that is the 40-40 by 290 mm. And there are 2 of them, of course. And they are the feet. At least I call them the feet, the base. Now we have this little leather piece here. I'm going to check it out. I don't know that it gets used so much because it's kind of a scrap piece. Again, this is for the ender. 220. 270 minus 20, so 250. That is cross. Bed support. Okay. Now we've got the measurements. Which is great, because now we also have an Ender 3 that we're going to probably test to make sure it turns on. See if we can get it to function. And then we'll probably take it apart and get the 2 parts we need. So from the Ender dimensions, we'll make sure we have the pieces, the parts, the sizes, everything that's required. Okay. So the measurements are supposed to be 290. Do I see the 290? Yes, I do. All right, so that checks off. And we got 2 of them, so we're good to go. So we got checks. So the 20 by 40 by 400s, we're supposed to have 4 of those. And we have 4 of those, so we're good there. Now we have 2020 by 345. No. I measured it at 330. Oh, there they are. The top bars, 330s. Okay, so that's what they say is the 2020 E. The 4040A is a 440 by 290. This is the 4040A. 2020E. Okay. 21B is the uprights, I'm assuming. 20 by 40 by 400ths. And that is 2040B. Good. A, B, E. C is the 2040 by 330. I have a 2020. And it looks like it's 2020. I think it's labeled wrong on the instructions. It says it's the y-axis. It says the y-axis is 30. So here is the y-axis. It says it is 330. That's what it says. I've got 520. Oh, this is. I'm looking at the Ender 3 and not the. Sorry. 2040. Like this. Oh. The Ender 3 doesn't have. That's weird. Ender 3 has two uprights that are 2040. So why is it showing me 4040, 2040? Got it. This 2040C at 330 is questionable because I have a 2030. I'm sorry, a 2020 by 3030. Okay. That's 2028. The 2020 by 345 is the x-axis. I do not see that. I'm wondering if I have to cut a piece for that. I wouldn't think so. The 2040 by 400, 2040 by, okay, so 4040 we've got. 4040 by 250, that's the cross beam for the Ender 3. Wonder if that's just a variance of the different things. Okay, so that's not listed. Okay, 345. We do not have 345. The uprights are 400. We have the 400. Those are 2040B. We have the A's. Okay. C is a 2040 by 330. Supposed to be the y-axis. This is the upright. Okay. Just looking at this, trying to figure out what's going on. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. That goes like that. Okay. 1 second. I go look at the actual put together part. And the answer to my question is I have misplaced a piece. As far as I can tell. Okay, there is a 345 piece that is missing. 20, 40, 345, and there's supposed to be one of them, and this is missing. So I can solve that because I have the extra spares. That's not a problem. Or I'll look around and see if I got the piece laying around somewhere. So this is the 2040C. A, B, C, where's the D? E is the 2045, 2020, 45. Okay, I have the feet. I have the uprights. The Y 2040. Okay, that's supposed to be 330. And E is a 2020. Okay. It's supposed to be a 2020 by 345. I have a bunch of 2020 pieces that I counted at about 290. No. They might be mixed up with the CR10s, so that's fair. It could be mixed up. I'm looking through the list again. We'll figure that out. So we're missing 2020D is 2020 by 345. Times 2. It's supposed to be 2 of them. So we'll deal with it. It looks like I got all the pieces otherwise. So I've got CR10 D3s and Ender 3s. That's going to be my first project. Hope you're having a great day.